welcome to the spooky Halloween edition of the Sound Game Critique Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse James. Joining me, God damn it, joining me is my right-hand man, Todd Woodmansee.
Yo!
And our permanent guest, Colby Profitt.
Colby Profitt's been dead for 40 years.
Chain rattling. Thank you, Squeaky Chair, for providing the clankies that I need.
Yes.
Clankies. That's the noise. Oh, what was that? All right. Oh man, that was a rough start. Today we decided, instead of talking about gaming news, we thought we should just focus more on titles that we played in the past. But not just any type of games, but games in the horror genre.
Spooky games. Would you like to play a game, sir? I'm a scary little girl.
Oh, I thought it was a little boy.
Nope, I'm a girl.
Oh.
My parents made me cut my hair short. That's why I died.
Oh, I can't breathe over here.
That does sound like an old 1800s ghost story of a girl dying because they cut her hair short and she turned into a boy and died.
She jumped off of a cliff because of it.
Or drowns in the well.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be a well, actually.
Right.
It gets typhoid from it as well. If it's that old of it's like a Victorian age ghost story.
Now this list is going to be a little loose, you know.
I'm feeling loose tonight.
Yeah, you know, just chilling. Cause I feel like, you know, it just all it really has to do. It doesn't really need to be like jump scares and stuff like that. It just needs like that perfect tension and ambience. And most certainly some of these games that some of us will talk about aren't particularly scary, but they just have the right ambience.
Yeah, it's the atmosphere. It's the je ne sais quoi.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. See,
it's the je ne sais what. It's the yawn.
Oh, that's freaking yawn. So
we're obviously boring Todd here. Sorry, Todd.
Yeah.
You got somewhere to be.
I'm ready to be scared, man.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
So I'll start off this list with a very not that scary of a game, and definitely nowadays it's not scary. But when it was first in alpha, one of the first times I've ever played it, Minecraft, which was like 2010 when it was released in alpha.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was late 2009 actually, if in dev maybe. I don't know. Let me check.
But it was you know, pretty early alpha, and I remember, you know, picking it up, and I was really excited. You know, this was something new and different, and you know, you start off and you're met with this little charming little bit of piano tones, and you know, you're knocking some wood down and you're building your little house, and you're not really expecting things. You've heard of like the mobs and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's cool and whatnot.
You've heard of what lurks into the darkness.
But that first night is the most terrifying night that I've ever, one of the most terrifying experiences in games. And now it's like I don't even bat an eye anymore. Of course, I haven't played Minecraft in a long time, but you know, it's something that's like, that's not really that scary. But at that time, you know, you close that door, you're like, oh man, it's night. Things are going to bump in the night. And you get in your little house, and then the next thing you know, you're like messing around with your stuff inside. You're like, oh man, this is looking good. And you go upstairs, or you go to your door, and it like you look at your door, and then bam, right there he is.
It's a skeleton.
Well, mine, it was always usually the zombie, or it was the creeper. And if I'm not mistaken, earlier in the time, if you left like a hole on the side, like, you know, say like a window, but it was just like one block open, I think he would still explode, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And that was a terrifying experience because I just remember it erupting. Maybe I just built it wrong, but it erupted, blew up half of the house. I was freaking out, and there was
sprinting into the night.
there was out of nowhere, because the way the system was set up at the time, and it probably still is, it would just spawn a shit ton just everywhere, and it was just like spiders and every type of fucking creature that's ever existed just running at you, ready to just destroy you. It was scary experience.
It's honestly a really special experience, a player's first night in Minecraft, especially if they have no like preconception of what's going to go on. And if you're playing it for the first time, chances are you didn't find coal that first night. And I know you can make charcoal out of logs nowadays and make torches, but before, if you didn't find coal that first night, guess what? You're spending a night in the dark.
Yep.
And it's terrifying.
Unless you give yourself a moonroof, or you just like build a single pillar up into the sky and just wait.
Yeah. Just
oh my god, I never thought of that.
Yeah, I didn't build a house. I just literally, like, when it came night, I literally just put a bunch of blocks under me, and I was just like standing like 12 blocks off the ground looking down.
By the end of it, it looks like the Doom like game art cover thing where you're like, or not Doom.
Duke Nukem?
Duke Nukem. Yeah, Duke Nukem. There's just bodies everywhere.
That's pretty funny. Oh man. Let's see here, Todd. What's a game that's that it was kind of scary?
I would say something I played recently that was pretty scary would be Limbo. Just the whole darkness, like how it's just black as you run along, you don't see what's coming up, and then like the spiders will like blend in the background, and then all of a sudden you see the spider just like stab you through the stomach. You're like, what the fuck?
It's so graphic too.
Yeah, that was a very interesting. Like you're not expecting it, and next thing you know, this bastard comes up out of nowhere and just
even just like running along and like just getting killed by the environment is still creepy because you don't know it's there, and it's like
yeah.
It's quite helpless, honestly.
I just thought it was crazy, like when that spider came out and it kills you the first time, and then like these horns would sound off in the background, and it'd be like boo, 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 and it'd say 360 no scope on the screen. It was such a weird experience for something so profound with ambiance.
And Snoop Dogg is like over there doing his little dance.
There's a part where you have to get on a boat and cross the water, and the water's kind of like, well, it's black because it's limbo, but like there's like smoke coming off a little bit. You can kind of see the smoke faintly. I was terrified. I was like, what's gonna eat my boat right now?
This is just Snoop Dogg, dude, under the water.
Snoop Dogg.
He's just token all the way down there, letting it go in little bubbles.
God damn it. What is that? Is that like a little soundboard?
That's loud.
Do you remember those little Halloween decoration people would hang in their trees, and as you walk past, they would do that little noise?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so damn loud.
It's terrifying. Okay, what about you, Colby?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about like modern scary games, not so modern, I guess, is Fatal Frame. And we've played this. Yeah, you and I played this along with a couple other people. Miranda actually turned me on to it. It is absolutely terrifying. And if you don't know the story, it's about a little Japanese girl, and she's in a spooky house, and she like loses her sister. This is Fatal Frame 3 that we played. Loses her sister and has to use this camera called something like Obscurus or Camera Obscura or something like that, which is actually the name of the first camera ever invented. Fun fact there. But basically you can see ghosts.
That was so much fun.
Through it, and like you have to take pictures of them to like kill them, sort of, or make them less powerful. But the amount of atmosphere in that game is amazing. The feeling of helplessness, even though you have a weapon, it's one of those. I'm pretty sure it's Konami.
Yeah,
I think so. It feels so much like a Konami game.
Yeah,
because you have no control over anything, and the camera is super terrible. But that adds in a way to the atmosphere, you know, and makes you feel so helpless and like everything is going to come and kill you because it is. And there's so many scary like ghosts that there's like this broken neck girl that like falls down these big flights of stairs at you, and it freezes when she gets there, and she like cricks her neck over, and it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
Wasn't there like a mother and daughter in the one room, and I just remember you like looking through the camera because we were having issues with trying to get the controls just right, because it's, you know, very clunky, and I just remember the camera panning. And it just immediately locked on to, like, I think it was the mother ghost, or
she was like coming toward me, I think.
And it was just like boom, right there in front of the damn camera, and it was so terrifying. It was a unintentional jump scare, and it was fantastic. It was probably one of the more that terrified me. I had a hard time going to sleep.
Man, that was a good time. We need to do that some more, but.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun.
Let's record it with face cams next time.
Oh yeah, face cams, and we'll put it on our Twitch.
Yep.
Y'all don't want me to get face cams?
Oh man,
I'll steal the thunder.
Todd has like the most beautiful face. He looks like Squidward after he gets like knocked out that one time. You know. Put a picture of that on the YouTube.
It's a couple
video.
times getting smashed a few times.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll try to remember that, and I'll put it on there.
Yeah, make yourself a note.
And then I'll get DMCA'd.
Yeah.
They're like, Squidward's beautiful face. Beep. And they just hit the button.
Just make that the thumbnail for this video, too. Spooky games, and it's just Squidward.
Let's see here. Another one that is very... Oh man, it was just terrifying, and it's a modern one, is Lone Survivor, and it was a 2D sprite. Man, it was terrifying. Matter of fact, it's actually, I think, like 2 years old now. But
it's getting up there.
Yeah. Man, it is one of those games that is just absolutely terrifying to me, and I guess it was like in this like hotel or big apartment complex, and it was in a post-apocalyptic style. We really don't know what's going on, and you just gotta like travel through the area, and man, that game has some scary experiences. You would not expect a 2D game to scare you like that, and the sounds and everything, it was a terrifying experience.
Yeah, oh my god. There's one, we've talked about it up and down before off podcast, but that party scene where, oh my god, go through that just real quick, because good lord.
Well, it's kind of hard to remember, but you pretty much go in there, and it's just like a small little party, and there's like 3 people, and they're talking, and they're like, you know, they're kind of worried, and you like step outside to a balcony, and I think you talk to someone, and you step back in, and they're immediately like changed into these creatures, that like zombie-like creatures. And I think there's like dead bodies laying around in there, and of course there's like the mutants like just like shaking their freaky ass fucking heads with like all the scary, like it's like a static noise that plays when they're around too. Oh my god. Whew. Man, that was... I can't play that game. I really can't. Like, I got through a certain part, and I'm just like, I can't play this anymore. It is too scary.
And if you guys haven't seen it, it's like, it's super pixelated. Like, even more than, you know, like,
it's
16-bit. It's
very
super
blown
low
up.
res.
It's like the camera's very zoomed in.
Right. The pixels are large, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it shouldn't be that scary, but hell if it is not one of the scariest games I've played in a long time.
What another one, Todd? Lay it on us.
You know, Slenderman was pretty creepy.
I never actually played it. Tell me a little bit about it.
Really?
It was creepy. Like, I know it's such a basic game. For those who don't know what Slenderman, you basically are in the woods. You have a flashlight that the battery drains the longer that you use it, and you find these notes basically, and you have to collect all the notes that basically tell you where to go. And if the Slenderman gets close to you, then you have to literally just book it and run. And the entire screen just goes static, and it's like white noise, and it gets really, really loud. And that's really the creepy part, not so much the. I don't know. If you allow yourself to get into the mood that it tries to make you get into, like instead of just being like, oh, this is just. I mean, like, if you like allow yourself to get into the mind frame, it's creepy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially whenever you have the white noise and then you like you're spinning to like try to find where he's at so you can run the opposite direction, and you spin and he's just sitting there staring at you. It gets creepy as shit.
Yeah, after like. And it depends on the number of pages that you get, like what he can do.
How intense he gets, yep.
Yeah, and he can teleport after 6 out of 8 pages, and that is some bullshit, A. And it's also worth noting that every tree in this dark forest
looks like him,
slender and white. So when you're looking around, you're constantly panicking, and then when you actually spot him, it's even more scary, and oh lord,
jeez, it does sound pretty scary.
Yeah.
There's something about something with no face staring at you just creeps you out a little bit.
Yeah, that he is kind of scary thing, even though it is now very well. It's no longer, but it was overplayed for a very long time.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
I love all the mods and things. Have you guys? It's getting off track a little bit, but have you guys seen the "Give Me $20" mod for it?
No.
Okay, so basically, to make it less scary, the Slenderman, when he gets close to you, he instead of making the static sound, he plays the rap song "Give Me $20" at louder intervals the closer he gets to you. So all he wants is just $20, and you have to give it to him at the end of it if he catches you.
That's pretty funny.
And it's like, see me in the club, give me $20, give me $20, and it's really funny. But
that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay, but a game for me now.
A game for you now.
Okay, game for me, game for Colby.
No one cares, actually. Jesse, go ahead.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So
well, podcast is over.
You're just a guest. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go
ahead. So go ahead, Colby.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to expand on the idea that Todd was talking about letting yourself get in the mindset of a scary game. And I'm going to talk about Outlast. Now, Outlast, if you're not familiar with it, it's fairly new. I think it's about... We played it, and it was new around the same time that we played Fatal Frame. That was about, a year ago? A little bit?
It was a year ago. Around 2000.
It was about this time. I think it was around this time last year, actually.
Oh.
It was a cold October night, but yeah, because we played it right before Halloween. That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you are in this insane asylum, and you're some urban explorer type fella, and you go in there, and you didn't bring a flashlight.
Of course,
you didn't bring a flashlight, but you do happen to have a camcorder. And it's one of the fancy night shot camcorders. So in this dark, insane asylum, the only thing that you can use to see is your camcorder and the night vision. And if that doesn't just like automatically make you want to nope the hell out of wherever you are, then you have no soul. But there is just a ton of really scary like mad doctors, and there's this huge like Bane looking son of a bitch that chases you down hallways and tries to kill you and all that, and it's terrifying for the first 2 hours that you play it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
And that you get out of the mindset because it's like, oh, this guy's chasing me down the hallway again. Oh, this is this, and it after a while it sort of just grinds. And I think that scary games in general are really not meant to be played in huge bursts, because they're just meant to have that one emotional, oh goodness, and then you're good.
Right.
Oh my. and then you go on about your day or try to sleep and don't. But yeah, it's just really lost its luster after a while for me, and I think we all felt that after playing it for about 2 hours.
Yeah, matter of fact, it was like it went from being absolutely petrified to being like, I'm just gonna wait for this guy to walk by. Okay, this guy has went by. Let's keep going.
Whenever I first played Outlast, I kind of ruined it for myself because the thing started coming after me, and I just like ran at it. I'm like, what's gonna happen if I die?
Yeah, and he like just picks you up.
Instead of like not knowing what was going to happen, I was like, let's figure it out. And then I was like, oh, now that I know, it's not creepy.
Yeah. That's one way of doing it.
It was a bad idea. It kind of ruined the game for me. Even though it's a good game, it just kind of ruined it for me.
Well, I was actually going to talk about how, like, I think that some scary games, Outlast included, sort of are scary. They're not scary to cover up the fact that they're a bad game, but a lot of scary games are bad games that happen to be entertaining because they're scary. Would you guys agree with that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Honestly, I think a lot of the earlier Resident Evils were like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jill.
You're almost a Jill sandwich.
Barry.
This Jesse's gonna edit all of that out.
Yep. It's all gone already.
Jill.
Live editing.
Well, okay, here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to just place those Jills in the rest of the podcast sparingly. Sprinkle them throughout.
Fuck you.
He can't edit them all out then.
Jill.
But yeah, I definitely agree. Like, minus the fact that, well, yeah, I do agree. Like, even like with like Dino Crisis, which I find to be a very terrifying game. Well, one, because it is a scary game, but two, I have an irrational fear of dinosaurs.
Yeah,
so
it's really funny, actually.
Well, I love them. I absolutely love dinosaurs, but you know they're also very terrifying in like Jurassic Park settings, and you know, of course, they're fake velociraptors that are like, you know, bigger than a human almost.
They're Yoshis.
And they're giant Yoshis who communicate to each other with a weird nostril system. And dude, that's a very, very cool noise though. Like I was really impressed with how they I don't know how they did. I know how they did the T-Rex noise, but I don't know how they did the velociraptors.
Yeah. If you know how they made the T-Rex noise, comment below and we'll tell you if you're right.
Yeah, Dino Crisis was pretty scary. I will say it's not the most scary game, but it had its fair share of jump scares, and I still haven't completed it. Doom 3, and man, that game, I don't know, for some reason, maybe it's just the constant everything's getting tossed at you every 2 fucking seconds. You're like always running out of ammo, and you're always below 50 health at all times, it seems.
Yep.
And it's like every time you, it's armor. Next thing you know, fucking just stupid zombie comes up and like attacks you, and you're like, damn it. And then like you lose all that health that you just grabbed. You turn around, you start running, and then what's the skeleton guys called that shoots the rockets?
Oh, they're I don't know. Damn it.
But yeah,
I'll find it out. Hold on.
They come out of nowhere, and they're just like laughing while shooting rockets. And then the floating faces that come at you.
Revenant.
If those are not terrifying, then you're a Satanist.
Are you talking about like the skulls on fire that come at you?
Well, in Doom 3, it's just like regular human faces.
Oh, okay. See, I really don't have a ton of experience with Doom 3.
Man, it is. That game scared the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing it on the Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah, the Xbox.
Hey, it was actually a pretty decent
without
port.
any numbers behind it.
I had a buddy of mine that used to play one of the Resident Evils, and when he would play it, he'd get so into it, he'd scream like a girl every time a zombie would come out.
Mm.
It was hilarious.
And that friend was you.
Nah.
Yeah.
And you were the little girl.
Nah.
I'm going to go ahead and break free from this for just a second. I know I should be tossing this around, but I'm going to be selfish, and I'm going to mention like non-as scary games, or just, you know, games that have Halloween themed levels or worlds. And
okay.
Banjo-Kazooie, the Halloween level Mad Monster Mansion, was one of the cooler levels that I played. And I remember I was like 7 years old back when I played this, and it was spooky. It didn't I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. But it was a spooky experience, and it was really cool because for a 64 game, it was really impressive seeing like fog and stuff like that, and of course the score to that. Oh man, go back and listen to that song.
Game.
Well, yeah, the whole entire game. Banjo-Kazooie is one of the best games of all time, and honestly, if you like took it now and at least made the camera be functional, it would still be a fantastic game in my opinion.
Truth. And honestly, like, here's a little like even further side tangent. That Hat Kid game that's coming out is going to be amazing.
I'm beyond excited for a Hat in Time. Oh my god.
Yeah. If you guys like any kind of Banjo-Kazooie, any kind of like endless collector, awesome platformer game, that you need to look at that.
It's been on my I gotta get this. Matter of fact, Sam's all the time like, when's this coming out? And I'm like, right there. I haven't seen updates. They hardly release a lot on it, so
yeah.
I mean,
but it's definitely coming out.
I think it's going to be in beta here soon, so that's a good sign.
Yeah,
that's a good sign. Colby, do you have one in the not so scary but really cool Halloween themed worlds?
Yeah, I think me and Todd were talking about this earlier.
Yeah. And we were talking about Goofy. We were talking about Kingdom Hearts, the Halloween Town levels, the Nightmare Before Christmas world. You could play in Halloween Town in the first one, and it is just so cool. The
it's awesome
atmosphere.
Playing with Jack, man. Yeah,
and Jack is amazing, and I'm pretty sure he's voiced by the actual guy, which is always good in those games. But it's just so cool. You get to go to the little mountain thing, that the little spirally mountain with the big moon in the background, and you get to go to like the center of the town and see the little the fountains that spew the green stuff and all that kind of cool stuff. And you fight Oogie Boogie, and it's just amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go play it right now.
I have a bad memory with it though, because I was playing it with my brother, and we were playing through it the first time, and we were so excited about it, and we wouldn't play it without one another in the room because we all wanted to see what was going on. And we were on the elevator, one of the elevators in Halloween Town, and saved it, and the game got corrupt on the memory card, and that made me sad. Yeah, but anyway.
Gex, Enter the Gecko, Scream TV channels, worlds. Those scared the shit out of me as a kid, because instead of like Banjo-Kazooie, which was like, oh, this is a fun little place with some little bit of spooky in it, this was like fucking like little kids wearing pumpkin. I think he was wearing a pumpkin mask, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think it was like a Jason mask, running at you full blast with a butcher's knife, coming right at you. There was like zombies that when you like kick-tailed them, they would lose parts of their body and hobble towards you. There were skulls that blew out flames. There was walls that would, when you ran by them, a scary ass face would warp out of them and come at you. It was terrifying. There was like this weird Mona Lisa that would like, it was a picture of her, and it was an elevator, and when the elevator extended, it showed like the rest of her body, which was like a big lizard creature. And I was just like, as a kid, I was like, what is going on? I got the weirdest boner right now, Mona Lisa. But no,
I love those things, like the Haunted Mansion like pictures where it reveals,
Yeah, man, that actually scared me. And the music to it was really creepy. But like, I love the hell out of that game too. And that's another game that I feel like is a very fantastic platformer. It is just plagued with terrible camera issues. Terrible.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's see here. Also, recently, and I think I mentioned it in the previous podcast, Costume Quest. That's not scary at all, but is a fantastic Halloween game, and it's a game that everybody should have in their catalog. And I'm being serious. It is a very simple but fun turn-based system. The writing is, of course, a Double Fine writing, just fantastic, and I loved every minute of what I played. And I still got the DLC to finish, and I'll probably just wait till next year or towards Christmas because it's like a Christmas/Halloween type thing. Because it's called, I think it's like Grubblins on Ice, but
something like that.
Oh man, it was a great game, and it really put me in the Halloween spirit, which I haven't got to be in that spirit in a very long time. So
since you were Babby, I guess.
Since I hate everything. Anybody got any more scary or tense games that they'd like to talk about?
I mean, there's a lot of games out there. We could sit here for hours discussing all of them. But I mean, there's quite a few that I want to play that look like they're absolutely terrifying.
Oh, like what?
You know the Forest, Evil Within, and Deadlight. Those all look like they're going to be, intense games.
Is the Forest the one where you like kind of craft and stuff?
Yes, but it's you're constantly being like bombarded. Basically, it's like Minecraft, but on steroids.
On steroids.
Oi, very like mutated steroids that turn people into cannibals.
Dude, those are the best steroids. What about you, Colby?
This is looking forward. What games?
Well, no, he was just mentioning some that he was looking forward to. It was the previous question of what is there any other games that you've played in the past that are pretty scary?
We were talking about Doom. Doom 2 is always, it's one of the first games that I ever really played on the PC, and it was just terrifying for the time. We talked about Fatal Frame and stuff like that. Stalker, Shadows of Chernobyl is terrifying with all the demons.
Yeah,
or not demons, but mutants and stuff.
Wasn't there like one that's invisible and it was just out of nowhere would just rampage you?
I'm sure, yeah. But that also happened in Doom 2, those invisible pink demons. But that and going with the post-apocalyptic thing, the Fallout series is always scary, especially those Minotaur guys.
Oh, God. Those things were... Ted Gibson's. Those things were creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And then, of course, can't have a modern scary game discussion without Five Nights at Freddy's. And
I guess.
That is just a terrifyingly intense game the first time you play it.
It does look interesting, definitely for a first time. And it's like $5. So if you're wanting to get like a quick little jump, right there, man.
And honestly, the free demo gives you a fantastic idea of what the game is about. It's basically just an extended version of the demo the real game is.
Yeah.
With a few more options.
I guess that's actually going to be it for today, because we're already running late because we're doing that talking.
Because we always run late?
Yeah, That is true. I'm going to give some honorable mentions that I wish we could have talked about, but old Jesse's got that time frame, and he always throwing in everybody's face. Dead Space, fantastic. The first one. Don't even worry about the second or third one. It's super cheap. It's like $5 all the time on Steam. Pick it up. I highly recommend it. It's got great controls. It's scary as shit. A lot of jump scares, and those motherfuckers climb out of the vents. They'll stare at you, and then they'll climb back in and disappear forever. And it's so scary, dude. And like the spikes come out of their hands. It's creepy. Killing Floor, fantastic multiplayer shooter. It's scary as in, oh shit, we're being overrun by 1,000 different creatures and they're all beating the living shit out of us. And don't play the farm level because that's the scariest.
Oh my god, it's terrifying. It's so dark. And that's just a really good game anyway. Like mechanically, it's a really good game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very solid.
Netcode's really good on it too.
Yeah.
For a Source game, even.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much a Source game. They all have.
It is a Source game.
They great netcode. Metro 2033, one of the best atmospheres in any game I've ever played. That's another game that's always cheap to get. It can run a little hard on older systems, but you should be fine. You can pick those up.
It really looks pretty once you pump all that up too.
All those damn particles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Half-Life 1. Man, that's in my top 5 of my favorite games of all time. The everything about that game, just it's a great game. It's not really scary, but man, it's the tension in that game. It's pins and needles.
Speaking of Half-Life, another honorable mention, a good one would be all the Gary's Mod like scary maps and things, because those are really terrifying.
I never touched those.
Yeah, and then you've got the Source Mod, that SCP containment unit thing. I think you played that, didn't you, Jess?
I don't think so.
You got like the creature that you can't look at, or you got to look at it at all times, or it can teleport or something.
Yes. Didn't they make that actually a separate title though?
Yeah, eventually they did.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, speaking of Half-Life and Source.
The BioShock series, now that's every one of those games are fantastic. And I do want to mention one of the things that I was not expecting and was very terrifying was in Infinite. And that game has like no scares in it at all. And matter of fact, it don't really feel very, just nothing really about it. It feels really warm for most of the game. Spoiler, but you're doing something I can't remember, and your character's looking at this control panel.
God.
Yes, your character's looking at this control panel, and you turn around because you're just ready to go. You turn around, and this is the first time you see one. It's the Boys of Silence, and it just like looks at you, and then just does this loud like scream that it does, and it is one of the scariest jump scares I ever experienced. I fucking jumped out of my seat because you're not expecting it. There's not been a single thing in that game that has gave you the impression that it's going to do that. And this was towards the end too. So
yeah, I was going to say, you've been playing this game for 14 hours at this point.
Yeah, you're not expecting it at all. You're like, this game ain't scary at all. And then like that, boom, it's terrifying. And it was.
Which game is this?
BioShock Infinite.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's just
at the very end, really.
Yeah, it's just like one little thing.
What are they called? What are the things
Boys
called?
of Silence. Look up. Look them up. They're creepy too.
Yeah, you need to put a picture of that in the video.
Yeah.
God, they have like this like Ayn Rand style art. Like they look like that would be on the cover of an Ayn Rand book. Like that sort of Art Deco, like crazy brass head, and it's got like horns out the sides and stuff. Oh, it's weird.
Man, it's terrifying. But yeah, I also wanted to mention the humble indie bundle 13 is out right now. I think it's got 12 days or something like that left. It's got some. It's got at least one really scary game, Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs. It's supposed to be really good. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to be jumping into it here soon. As soon as I get my face cam ready.
Yeah.
No, but it's supposedly it's a great sequel to the first Amnesia, and I think they do fix a lot of mechanics in it that annoyed me about the first Amnesia.
Right.
But there's also Ollie Ollie, Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet, Tower of Guns, Jazz Punk, and Risk of Rain. Excuse me. And what's really cool about the Risk of Rain is you end up getting 4 copies, 1 for you and 3 for your friends. And that is an insanely good deal because right now it's like $7 probably. So, I mean, those are really cool games, super cheap, and you get the game.
And it's worth noting that Risk of Rain is 4-player multiplayer too.
Well, yeah. I hope they would presume that.
Well, yeah, I'm just putting it in there.
Yeah, fucker. But also, Teleglitch Die More Edition is a free copy that you can get with it. you can actually not even buy it and get it. I don't know how long that goes on for that, but it's got to be redeemed by November 25th. Let's see here, Colby. You go ahead and plug yourself in.
All right, guys. Well, if you liked the podcast and liked our opinions and stuff, you can find me at TechAmp. That's TechAmp at YouTube. YouTube users TechAmp1. On Twitter at Tech_amp, or at my blog at techampmedia.com. You can find all the videos and stuff that I post, as well as opinions and things on the blog. But that's about it, I guess. Yeah, so, Jess?
As always, we appreciate the views. If you like the podcast, give that sucker the good old like treatment. I post a wealth of stuff like weekly podcasts, game recommendations, and hopefully some new content soon. Who knows when I'll do that? I'm lazy. If you want to check out more of the stuff we do, there's a billion ways to do so, such as our website at soundgamecritique.com. You can follow us on soundcloud.com/soundgamecritique. You can also subscribe at youtube.com/soundgamecritique, or download through your podcast app by searching Sound Game Critique and then subbing on there. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is SoundGameCritic. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make more spooky sounds. Yeah.
Everyone have a awesome Halloween.
A spooky Halloween.
Take your kids out. If kids are listening, which I hope they're not, get some fucking candy.
Yeah.
That was
and avoid the apples with razors in them and
if
stuff.
you're in Colorado, enjoy the candy that's going to get you high.
Oh yeah, that's right. The lollipops or whatever.
What?
Ugh.
No.
Yeah,
No. We're ending this. Sorry, guys. You don't get to hear about high lollipops with THC blended in.
Later!
Hey, remember, play some games.
Spooky games.
Halloween games.
Spooky.
Goodbye, guys.